Number 7. Mrs. Adrian wrote the number 3,758 and 49 on the board for students to copy. What is the value of the 9 in this number? Okay, so they want to know just about one digit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a place value chart for my only one number, so it doesn't have to be a very long place value chart. I know there's decimals here. There's 2 decimal places. What's that first decimal place value? Right after the decimal, it would be what? Kylie?
Tenths.
Okay, 10th. And after the 10th, what's even smaller? What's that next one, Kylie?
Hundredths.
Hundredths. Can't forget, this is a place value chart. It does have decimals. So on top of the tenths, those are our dimes, and it's 0. Top of the hundredths for the pennies, and it's 0.01. I've also got some place values in front of that decimal. I'm going to make sure to add those. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. And again, I don't have to make it very long. It just has to hold one number. 3,000, comma, 758, decimal, 40. And they're asking about the 9. That number right there. Who can tell me what place value is that 9 in? If I look at my place value chart, what place value is the 9 in? Alexa?
Some of the teams are YSD, like
What was the question again?
YSD.
What place value is the 9 in?
On the 900ths.
Hundredths. So let's look at my answer choices. 90. Well, there's not a 9 in the tens place. Not 90. 9/10. Not a 9 in the tenths place, so it's not that. 900ths. Hey, hundredths place, there's a 9. That looks pretty good. 9,000ths. Did we ever talk about thousandths when we were doing our decimals? No, not once. Not once did we talk about thousandths. So I really, really doubt that would be my answer. My answer would be 900. Question 8. The model below is shaded to show a number less than. So it's a decimal number. If I take a look and I count what they've shaded in, start with the the tenths. Count how many whole lines, how many whole rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 whole rows. And then my hundredths. 1, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. almost 1, but not there yet. Zero, and put the decimal a little bit further away from it. 0 decimal. Which of the following shows the number in expanded form? So really quickly, I'm going to put a place value chart over my number. There's a ones place, 10th place, there's 100. On top of the 10th place, I'm going to write, like I always do, dimes and 0.1. Top of the 100th place, like I always do, I'm going to write pennies, 0.01. Make sure you're writing this on our paper, okay? We have our numbers, we put them in a place value chart. They want it in expanded form. Remember, that's just us taking apart the number and spreading it out using the place values. Remember, whenever we take a number, we put it into expanded form or expanded notation, we can always skip zeros. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Since there'd be a 0 here, I don't need that. Just skip it. The first number I need is a 9. And that 9 should be in the
You're not presenting it.
place. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix that.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. Okay. So we need a 9. It's the first digit I should have. And the 9 is in the 10th place. To show that in expanded notation, that would be 0.1. 9 times 0.1. If I look at my answer choices, answer choice F says 90 times 1. Neither of those numbers is correct. 9 times 1. The 9 is correct, but it's not 1. It's not in the 1st place. H also says 9 times 1. Same thing. 9 is correct, but it's not in the 1st place. There's only one answer choice that has the correct answer. That would be J. 9 times 0.1. And if I check, the next number is correct as well. There's an 8 in the 100th place, so that's 0.01. J is correct for both place values, so J is the answer I should have. Do one last one for today, and then we'll move on. We'll do stuff for math. Destiny. Described a number using these. The value of the digit 6 is 6 times 10,000. The value of the digit 2 times 0.1. And the value of the digit 4 is 4 times. Which number could fit Destiny's description? We've had a problem like this before on a different test. We solve it the exact same way. I'm going to make a place value chart. I'm going to put all of my answer choices, all of these numbers, into that place value chart. And then I'm going to use my clues and check which numbers match my clues and which ones do not. Okay. Now, because these numbers are a little bit longer, I am going to use a little bit of this space here on the side, but that's okay. That's what the paper is for. It's for me to use it up, for me to use as much space as I need. So since there's already a line here, I'm going to kind of use that to my advantage. I'm going to put a decimal on it. So I'm going to say that's where my decimal is, where it goes. In front of the decimal, I have the ones place. How many places do I need? 1, 2, 4, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. So I need at least 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 6 places in front of that decimal. Ones, tens, hundreds, 3 places, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. 3, 4, 5. Okay. These are my 6 places in front of the decimal. After the decimal, 2 places, 1 place, 1 place, 0 place. No decimal. So I need 2 place values after my decimal. I need both decimal place. So that starts with 10th. And then I go even smaller to the 100th. Just like I've been doing, if I have a 10th and a 100th on my place value chart, I'm going to make sure to write those reminders for my top of the tenths. We have dimes, 0.1. On top of the hundredths, I have pennies, 0.0. Now I'm going to copy my numbers onto my place value chart. But like we saw when we were looking at how many place values I need, some of these numbers are longer than other ones. So I'm going to use 2 things to make sure that I line my numbers up correctly. Number 1, I'm going to use the commas. And number 2, I'm going to use the decimals. Because even though some of these numbers might be longer and some of them might be shorter, my commas, my decimals should always stay lined up. I'm going to make sure that that happens. I know my comma belongs there. So in this first number, 6 comma. Comma's right here, which means 6 goes right in front of it. 6 comma 4, 0, 1, decimal 0, 2. I put the comma and the decimal in the right place, so I know my number is lined up correctly. I'm going to do the same thing to answer choice B. Comma and the decimal to help me keep things lined up. 6, 4, comma. Comma's right here. I have 6, 4, comma, 1, 9, 3, decimal 2. Same thing with answer choice C. The comma and the decimal to help me line numbers. 6, 0, 4, comma. Comma's right there. 6, 0, 4, comma. 5, 7, 1, decimal 2. My last number doesn't have a decimal, so there shouldn't be anything after my decimal for my last number. 6, 4, comma, 4, 0, 5, 2. And since there was nothing after the decimal, I can leave those spaces blank. Even though my numbers aren't all the same size, If I can see that my commas are lined up, if I can see that the decimals are lined up, I know that I did everything correctly. Now I can use clues that they gave me, figure out which numbers are correct, which numbers are not. Haley, make sure we're paying attention. I'm going to start by using the first clue. The value of the digit 6 is 6 times 10,000. I'm going to look in my 10,000 place. In the 10,000 place, they told me that there should be a 6. So if I don't see a 6 in the 10,000s place, I'm going to cross out that answer choice. Answer choice A, there's nothing there. Not even a 0. Definitely not a 6, which means it's definitely not. Answer choice B has a 6. So I'm going to leave it alone. Answer choice C has a 0. Out of 6, I'm going to cross it out. Answer choice C is not it. Choice D has a 6. So I went from 4 answer choices to just 2. Much better for me. The next clue says the value of the digit 2 is 2 times 0.1. This is part of the reason why I always write those reminders for myself. 0.1. That's my 10th place. There's already 2 answer choices I got rid of that I crossed out, so I'm not even going to check them anymore. I'm only going to check the ones that are left. And in this 10th place, I should find a 2. Answer choice B has a 2. Answer choice D does not. Blank. There's not even a 0. If there's no 2, it can't be my answer. Now, I could check the last clue that they gave me, but there's only one answer choice that it can be. That would be answer choice D. The only one that so far has been following my clues. Every other number didn't match the clues, so it can't be the answer I want.